So hello friends, I'm Sudhakar and today I'm going to talk about this. I like to travel, at least before the pandemic. When I traveled to East Java, my mom and my dad asked me to try this drink. This is Neera, or Legen in Javanese. Actually it's just called Legen here. In Indonesian it's an entirely different thing. Neera, yeah, Neera in Indonesian. So yes, it's Legen in Japanese. It literally translates, not really literally, but it stems from a Javanese word meaning sweet. But before I tell you the rest, subscribe to the channel to support us. Like the video if you like this video, dislike this video if you dislike this video, and of course, comment down below something in case you want to comment down below something. Now, how is this made? It's not really made, it's more to harvested. It's harvested using a palm tree. Not really using, but from a palm tree. You basically just cut the leaf next to the flower thing, and then you cut it. Once you cut it, there will be sap that will come out, and then you can just simply collect it. It will normally take like from evening to the morning. That's time estimations. Now the thing is, the tree grows tall when mature, and you can only harvest it when mature because you know the tree's reproduction system only works when it is mature, and since it is right next to the flower and grows with the flower, well, yes, you can only do it when mature. Now you need to climb it. It's a pretty tall tree, so yeah, that's the thing. So if you look at the color here, why did I open the cap? I don't know, but hey, if you tighten it, or you put it in a sealed container, well, it can build up pressure and seem like it exploded. It does not explode. You can see the color here, it's quite whitish, but this one has undergone pasteurization. Why? Because it ferments quite easily. Not really quite easily, but quite quickly. 4 hours after it has been harvested and it's already fermented. The original, not really original, but the one without processing would be opaque white, just like when you wash rice. You can technically make wine out of this, resulting in palm wine. But no, we're not trying to make it here. And if you want to prolong the shelf life but you don't want to do pasteurization, then you can just add longan seed extracts apparently. Now, what are the nutrition contents here? Mostly sugar, and thus contains a lot of energy. So I guess we could, try it out. Just a little bit. It is like sour, very sour, but it's also sweet in a kind of way. Now you can usually, not really usually, but you can very rarely find this in the edge of the street. Back in the old days, you can find them with people bringing these on their shoulders. Now, how do they serve it? Using a cup made out of bamboo. Like, just obviously, this is not the actual size that people are selling it in, or used to sell it in. You have to carry it not really in your shoulder, on your shoulders. Obviously, this thing cannot fit in any person's shoulders. I mean, they can fit barely, just barely. and even then it's just going to provide 1 cup, and even then the bottom are holes. So yes, this is only a miniature. The thing is, it's pretty big and a hassle to carry it in. Now what is this? These are the containers used to, well, put it in here, put it in. You basically put it in, but then again, since this is only a miniature, and a pretty old one at that, and yeah, you get it. I'm not going to put it in there, especially because of the hole at the bottom. Now you can see here, what is this? This, like the wrapping around it, obviously this is bamboo, but the wrapping, it's leaves. The same palm leaves that made this, not really us, but this. So yes, I mean, you can use the whole plant. You can use the trunk to use as building material, and that is also why it has also been pretty rare, the plant itself, and thus people who are selling it are pretty rare too. People are cutting it down because they want building material. So yeah, I mean, this thing, like the leaves, can be used to prevent heat from escaping. Like, you can jam it up here too, to solve, like, you need a cap, but then you also need to let some pressure out. So yeah, it can be solved like that. And also remember putting it upright, because if you put it down, it will just leak. So yes, it can solve the heat problem, not really the heat problem, but it can help preserve it from the heat, because of, you know, heat kills bacteria at most, except for some special bacteria that can resist it. Well, most of the bacteria that can resist it cannot digest sugar to alcohol. And yes, if you somehow manage to ferment it, actually not really somehow to manage, because it's really easy to ferment. You just literally leave it there for 4 hours or more, and you have that, an alcoholic drink. Well, you're going to have lots of alcohol, because there is lots of sugar in it. And since, you know, sugar is digested by microbes, mainly bacteria, which then produces a byproduct, which is alcohol. Well, you get the idea. And yeah, basically, if it digests the sugar, then alcohol is a byproduct. That's it. That's fermenting in a nutshell. And yeah, now you might wonder why. Why is this in a plastic bottle and not in, let's say, another thing? Plastic bottles are convenient. That is why they replaced these. These are a hassle to carry around. You need to carry it on your shoulder. And plus, it's also heavy, I believe, due to the size of it and due to the, well, like this, imagine this 10 times as large and then filled with liquid. And yeah, in the case that you, like these parts, yeah, it's probably used to hang stuff. Like, because these are used by sellers, I mean not the miniatures, the real things are used by sellers. They need to place their money somewhere. But then wait a second, that would have been easier to put it in the pockets. But yeah, you can also store the cups there. So yeah, I mean, if you like sour things, I guess you can try this. No, not the miniature, but I mean the drink itself. You can try it. If you like sweet things, you can try it. But there is lots of sugar in it. And the sourness will sting a little. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.